What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Heartbeat of America. My name is Michael Richie Diarrera, aka Dynamic, aka Dine. This episode is called Intelligence is a Dying Breed. When I speak about this phrase, I'm speaking in terms of individuals that create and make up the population of Earth. I'm not just talking about America, even though America has fallen far behind in many different aspects of life, and it's actually really embarrassing to be an American and see all the shit that's unraveling and the trust that is being put into people that shouldn't be put into. Uh, these variables consist of logic, problem solving, common sense, and self worth. Uh, Sadly and unfortunately, Earth is and has been nothing more than a breeding and war zone. I'll never understand why people do what they do. We all have choices, but why make life harder for oneself? Um, Early stages and early years of human life should be taught survival skills, trades, basic language essentials, management, and agriculture. Uh, Schools are built, sadly, to burn students out and become workers instead of leaders. Um, I hope schools change and focus on such subjects that uh, I mentioned. Then, in pre adulthood, cater to the individual's interests and needs of whatever profession that they want to be in and pursue. I'm definitely pro college and higher learning uh, because individuals in such realms are the foundation and structure to maintain a successful and progressing world. Um, so many of these opportunities could be hard to achieve by having children at a young age. That's why I always uh, push, I guess y'all could say, the agenda of invest in yourself first. Um, don't make life hard for yourself, uh, because such routes could land self in a high percentage of failed relationships. And I don't care what people do. I'm just saying, uh, conquering professions and dreams in such route could be hard. I'm not saying it can't be done. It's just harder and likely uh, to not accomplish. So always fuck responsibly. Uh, you don't want to be heartbroken or anything like that. Just harder. So always invest in yourself first. Then down the road, if a family is in what you want in your cards, then pursue it. But always create a life and foundation for yourself first. I personally aim to raise and guide younger generations to a better mind state and successful lifestyle than what most of us have seen, been raised in, or even around. I always get a backlash uh, about speaking against broken homes, like I'm the bad guy for wanting others to not fall into false love, heartbreak, or mind game situations. I've never understood it. I think it just mainly because people can't face themselves and want better for others, so they normalize it. When the youth is taught to think for themselves and invest in themselves, the outcome is more likely to be a healthier and successful life. Um, and unintelligence comes from not living your life and leading and feeding into others' expectations of yourself. Um, the first thing that is unconsciously taught is have a family and work, um, instead of live life, create a profession for yourself. As a youngin, all you're seeing is family and working. That's what you see as an individual, and that's what you're taught. You're taught, oh, go work for a lifetime, retire, have a family. Sadly, the retirement age is only like 67 or something like that. And the average human lifespan is like 60 to like 80, give or take. Um, which don't make any sense to me. I don't know how it makes sense to any of you. But that's what we're taught as a youngin. Work, create a family. Me personally, I don't want kids due to the reason of the ways of the world, how many broken homes there are. I don't want something that I love and adore, my offspring, be around, per se, those type of ways, because something that I love and adore with all my heart and being, I just don't want them to be accessible to those type of pains and ways. I've always had my kids' names picked out ever since I was 13 years old, which is 2 boys and a girl, Zajirlik, Godric, and Oceana. And I know you all know that my main scope and career of things is neurology, with a background of RMA and RPT, and I also dabble in music and artistry. Fun fact about those names that I've had picked out since I was a young one. Those names are actually in a song that I wrote called Letter to My Son. Now, I don't have any kids, it's just a perspective of what I would say as a parent to my offsprings. But yeah, I just wouldn't want to raise kids in the world that we're all seeing and living in. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. There's sometimes I sit back and I'm like, why me? Why me? But I'm pretty strong and independent, mindseted individual, so I always get back on track. And the innocence of kids sometimes get misled because their loved ones don't take accountability for the lifestyle that they're projecting unconsciously, because kids learn by seeing and then doing. I want to say it's not till probably around age 8 to 10 years old is when they start comprehending and processing things, like through scriptures and teachings and stuff. But like I said, most of the younger adolescent years is taught by seeing. So all I'm saying is intelligence is a dying breed, and the more we could focus on the younger generations mind mind state and self-worth, the better off the foundation of future worlds will be. um, and I know people don't like to hear that because people have kids with multiple people or failed relationships, and often a lot of times that leads to children not wanting to be like their parents and wanting better for themselves, which they have the right to feel. But a lot of times that intelligence gets ripped from an individual because it's normalized to not be like that, or to be in multiple relationships or have kids with multiple people. Uh, I said this before, a lot of people want to talk about cognitive health and mental health. I say cognitive health, but nobody wants to talk about the foundations that lead to those type of issues, or uh, no trust running in an individual, or whatever the variable may be in the mental health issue. But anyways, thank you again for tuning into this episode of Heartbeat of America. Intelligence is a Dying Breed. My name is Michael Richard Herrera, aka Dynamic, aka Dine. Till next time, people.